Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is kind of a Christmas Day makeup. If you wear makeup on Christmas Day, some people don't. I do because Mum always gets the camera out and I hate to be on camera without any makeup, so I tend to. This makeup is inspired by a documentary that I saw last night with Cheryl, and she just looked lovely, and Cheryl is one of my favourite celebrities, so that's what I'm going to do for you today. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to use a little bit of Earl Signature foundation. This one is in 03 Nude. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert face brush to work that into the skin. I really love this brush at the moment. It's probably my favourite one. Oh, I don't know, but I really like this one at the moment for foundation. So I've not used this foundation before, and it is a medium coverage, I would say. Medium to full, and it leaves the skin looking beautifully silky, and it's for all skin types. And I like it, it's really nice. Now, I'm going to leave this foundation on all day. You can see how it looks, and in the description box I'll tell you how it lasted on my skin. Now, I've not got a primer on, and my skin does normally hold foundation pretty well. But I will let you know how I get on with it anyway. But so far, I like the finish of it. I think it does set a little bit darker. It must oxidise a little bit and have some powder particles in, because it seems to be setting a tiny bit darker on the skin. So what I've done is I've mixed a little bit of Ivory 02 in with it. So you may, for me, I would actually go for an 02 Ivory. Right, I'm then going to move on to the eyes, and I've got a little bit of MAC Painterly. This can be used as a primer. It's a paint pot. And I'm just going to use my finger to push that over the eyelid, just to work as a base. For those of you with oily eyelids, this will just stop the makeup from slipping quite so much. On the eyes, I'm going to use this Dior palette. This one is in Night Golds, 524. But I'm only going to use one colour from it. So if you can find a colour that's similar, you only, try and use that. So I'm only using this one. It's kind of similar to MAC Patina, a little bit, or MAC Era. So maybe you could swap for one of those. But this was very similar to the colour that she actually had on. So I'm going to run that right the way over the eyelid. Right the way. Just using a MAC 217. Simple as that. Simples. If you want to see me use all the colours in this palette, I used them on the Blake Lively tutorial, so you can watch that. It was only a few ago. I'll put a link in. I'm then going to take a little bit of MAC Blacktracks and a fine liner brush, and I'm going to run that on the top waterline. So look down, and it's just going inside the eye on the top waterline. So it adds definition, but it's not a liner. Right the way in the corner though. Then for a bit of mascara, I've got Dior Show New Look mascara, because it's nice and maximising. You can curl your lashes if you wish to. Mine actually don't need it. Plenty of that. And she had a lot of mascara on. which is why I've gone for this one, because it gives you a lot straight away. Right, I'm going to move on to the brows. I've got Anastasia Brow Whiz. This one is in medium ash. I'm going to just brush my brows through. And then just fill them in a little bit. They don't need to be done too much. You know, this isn't going to be a real evening-y makeup. It's meant to be just a kind of makeup that brings out your eyes a little bit and your brows a little bit. I'm just giving them a brush through as I go so they look a little bit more natural. I'm trying to grow them back, people, honest. They seem to be getting thicker. I'm then going to run a tiny bit of Illamasqua Brow Gel through the brows, just to keep them all going the same way. Because my brows have a tendency to go wherever they want to go, basically. And I like to brush them up so people can see there's brows there, really. I've then got MAC Power Surge Eye Pencil, and I'm going to run that along the lower waterline. This is kind of a slightly goldy tone. It's like a goldy brassy tone, really pretty for the waterline. And then I'm going to go back in with my mascara, but not too much. Oh, there's a glop a bit on the end there. And softly catch my lower lashes. I have quite a lot of lower lashes, so I have to be careful. Because they really can look full. So let's just take those little bits off the end there so they're not as full. So that's pretty much the eyes done. I'm then going to get a little bit of MAC Moisturecover Concealer, and I need to run that under my eyes. The reason I've chosen Moisturecover is because I've got quite dry skin, and I find that a lot of others sit a little bit too heavy on my under eyes. So sometimes I can wear Studio Finish Concealer if I'm doing a fuller makeup, but I don't want this one to be too heavy, so I've gone for Moisturecover. I'm just going to take a Deluxe crease brush and just buff that in. Now from wearing that foundation for a little while, I can see that I don't really need to powder on my skin because it's quite dry and it's sitting on the skin nicely, doesn't need any powder. So I'm actually going to use a cream blush as well. I'm going to use a watercolour one from Sandler. Give it a good shake. You can powder if you need to and then add a powder blush. This one is in Chic. So I've got some on the back of my hand. I'm just going to take the same brush as I used for the foundation. I'm just going to pop that on the cheeks. It's just going to add a really small amount of colour and a nice sheen to the cheeks. It's so subtle. It's hardly noticeable, which I really, really like. Sometimes it can be too much. And I want this to be a nice dayish makeup. And then lastly for the lips, I'm going to take a little bit of Avon lipstick. This one is in Dazzling Peach. And I'm going to take that all over the lip. And then just soften it with my finger with no lip liner or anything, so it's really nice and natural. And I think lovely for a day makeup. So there you have the finished look. I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. You have a lovely day and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.